Maurice Ravel's Boléro stands as one of the most daring, audacious, and unconventional compositions of the early 20th century, a work that challenged not only the expectations of audiences and performers but also the very definitions of musical form, orchestration, and thematic development. Composed in 1928 for the dancer Ida Rubinstein, Boléro is, on its surface, deceptively simple. It is constructed around a single, unadorned melody, repeated 18 times without interruption over the course of the piece. Yet within this apparent simplicity lies a profound, almost obsessive sophistication. Ravel's genius is revealed not in the melody itself, which is deliberately plain, but in the extraordinary precision, subtlety, and ingenuity with which he manipulates the orchestra, transforming a single musical idea into a work of immense dramatic and emotional power. From the very opening notes, the hypnotic rhythm establishes a relentless, almost mechanical pulse, first sounded on a snare drum, which continues unflinchingly throughout the entire composition. This insistent beat forms the backbone of the piece, creating a sense of inevitability, a tension that underlies every subsequent development. Over this rhythmic foundation, Ravel introduces the melody, initially presented in the flute with a delicate, ethereal quality, almost as if the listener is overhearing a fragile, secret song. With each successive repetition, the melody is passed among different instruments, clarinets, oboes, bassoons, trumpets, trombones, strings, and percussion. Each timbral shifts subtly altering the listener's perception. The melody remains constant, yet it is transformed entirely by the color, texture, and placement of each instrument within the orchestral palette, demonstrating Ravel's unparalleled mastery of tone, orchestral balance, and acoustic nuance. Ravel's meticulous attention to orchestration is perhaps the most remarkable aspect of Boléro. Unlike traditional compositions in which thematic development, harmonic variation, and contrasting sections drive the narrative, here the drama arises entirely from orchestral color, dynamics, and the interplay of instrumental voices. Small changes, a crescendo in the strings, a shift from pizzicato to arco, a change of register, a subtle harmonic inflection, create a constantly evolving sonic landscape. By controlling every nuance of articulation, phrasing, and timbre, Ravel transforms the repeated melody into an endlessly engaging, almost hypnotic experience, where the listener is continually aware of subtle shifts and variations even as the underlying tune remains recognizably the same. At the time of its premiere, Boléro was a radical experiment, a minimalist tour de force long before minimalism became a recognized movement in music. Its repetitive structure, relentless rhythm, and focus on texture over harmonic complexity challenged conventional notions of musical climax, thematic variation, and narrative progression. The piece creates tension and expectation through repetition itself, allowing the gradual build of orchestral forces, dynamics, and instrumentation to generate an emotional arc that is both inexorable and profoundly satisfying. The hypnotic quality of Boléro has been likened to a ritual, a ceremonial invocation, or a trance, where the listener is drawn deeper into the music by its constancy even as it evolves imperceptibly, note by note, layer by layer. Ravel's obsessive precision is evident in every aspect of the composition. The exact sequence of instruments, the specific registers, the dynamic markings, the balance between sections of the orchestra, all are carefully calculated to produce maximum effect. Even the final fortissimo, when the full orchestra erupts in a climactic statement of the melody, feels both inevitable and astonishing, the culmination of a slow, deliberate, and masterfully controlled musical ascent. Unlike compositions that rely on sudden changes or complex harmonic progressions, Boléro demonstrates that subtlety, patience, and orchestral imagination can create a work of extraordinary intensity and impact. the piece also exemplifies Ravel's fascination with rhythm and repetition as expressive devices. The snare drum's unwavering ostinato drives the momentum forward, creating a sense of inexorability, of a journey in which the listener feels both anticipation and inevitability. Over this rhythmic foundation, Ravel's manipulation of melodic color, orchestral texture, and dynamic progression turns the work into a living organism, a musical experiment in which the composer explores how minimal material can generate maximum emotional and perceptual effect. The hypnotic repetition is neither monotonous nor static, rather, it heightens awareness, sharpening the listener's perception of subtle changes and encouraging deep immersion in the sound world. Boléro's impact extends far beyond its own time. It demonstrates how a simple melodic idea, carefully orchestrated and methodically developed through repetition and variation of timbre, can achieve a grandeur, intensity, and dramatic effect equal to the most elaborate symphonic works. The piece became both a symbol of innovation in orchestration and an enduring example of Ravel's genius, his ability to take a minimal idea and expand it into a monumental musical experience without resorting to conventional complexity or thematic multiplicity. Through this work, Ravel confirmed his place not only as a master craftsman but as a visionary innovator, a composer capable of redefining the boundaries of musical expression, exploring the hypnotic and transformative power of sound, and demonstrating that precision, patience, and imagination could achieve effects of extraordinary emotional resonance. Ultimately, Boléro is a testament to Ravel's ability to combine technical mastery with radical conceptual daring. It exemplifies the ways in which orchestral color, repetition, and rhythmic drive can be manipulated to produce tension, suspense, and climax, transforming a deceptively simple melody into a work of hypnotic grandeur. The piece continues to captivate audiences, musicians, and scholars alike, revealing the extraordinary subtlety, ingenuity, and visionary craftsmanship of a composer who redefined the possibilities of music, expanded the expressive potential of the orchestra, and left a legacy of innovation, beauty, and hypnotic intensity that remains unmatched in 20th century music.